Minister that we pay so much, Minister Maite, she's sleeping in Parliament, and with that position, she's going to fall. And the minister would have fallen. She's still sleeping. She's still, I don't know, what's happening?
That's not a point of order.
No. The minister is sleeping. You can't say that's not a point of order.
Josie,
are you condoning people sleeping now?
Josie,
folks, what a way to say a pleasant good morning. It's great to be back this morning, right here on the TBS, on Truth 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. This dial is unbeatable. Good morning, folks. And those of you listening to us every morning, thanks so much for following. The love of liberty matters, yeah. Let justice be done to all. And I'll set you know of this proverb. A man who has friends must himself be friendly. But there are some friends who stick closer to you more than your own brother. A man who has friends must himself be friendly. Indeed, there are some friends that stick closer to you more than your own brother. Good morning, folks. 60 minutes up to 8 o'clock. This is the TBS. In the midst of all controversy. Good morning to the two political leaders going for elections in 6 days. 6 days to the runoff. Good morning, George Weah. Joseph Boyka, good morning. It's good that we respect our leaders. My name is O'Neill. This is O'Neill Roberts. Marka Davis, great to have him back. Missing almost 2 weeks. Yes, it's great that Marka is back with me. This morning on yesterday, he posted in our chat room, not your political chat room, our workforce chat room, and said, "Well, thanks for all of your prayers, your concern during my bereavement, and I knew my real friends from my friends. I knew my good family from other family. I mean, these things happens, but we are beyond the microphone. You don't know it all." In a Joseph Boyka voice, you don't know it all. You don't know it all. We go through a lot, but it's great to have him back. Back when you took calls to order. Yes, again, Mike, I'd like to say good morning to you, and my sincere sympathy to you and your family.
Thank you, O'Neill, and it's great to be back. It's been a very difficult few weeks. However, we cannot question God, if I may say. But well, we move. It's been a difficult time, and thanks to family and friends who have been there over the period of the bereavement, which we are still continuing to mourn. Our dear brother, thanks to all of our colleagues who reached out by text messages, by calls, by comments and other means. We say thank you. And to those of you who reached out financially to support the funeral activities, we also want to appreciate all of you for that. Yes, we pray that God will grant all of us good time, at least so that we can live longer and enjoy the fruit of our labor.
Sometimes you don't question the earth. You don't know how the earth works.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So, please excuse my accent a little bit because I've been speaking Gil and Mana a lot these few weeks.
Okay, so throughout you've been speaking Gil and Mana.
And I really spoke it down for a very long period of time because where I was is in a down region.
Okay.
So I was speaking down.
Throughout.
So please excuse my accent this morning.
Okay. I will try to balance it.
Yeah, let me say good morning to the people of Sangaple in District 6, Nema County. That's exactly where I came from. The likes of Jones Moore and the rest of the family members there. Thanks ever so much for standing by us throughout the process, and you people did extremely well. Only can you imagine every morning as early as 8 o'clock I will have the people can feed people jelly. Yeah. I will have food until I don't know which one to eat. I mean, the people of Sangaple are very good people. They are kind people. I appreciate all of you for what you've done. We pray for the best. We'll reach out some of these days. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm back.
I was Nema counted, in fact. So sorry. How many people identify you, in fact?
You mean in Nimba or
no? Let's talk to the politicians then. Yeah. I'm look. If you invest like a business, you don't. Let me use the block. Joseph Block. I would say you don't know it all.
You don't know it.
You don't know it all.
Well, O'Neill, not a lot of politicians. Some called and expressed condolences. Others said sorry, and I think because Light is a brother and boss, so if I will place him in a political category, he will be one of those. He has always done that. When there are issues, he will always support me. He's always done that, and I want to appreciate him for that. The other politician, I don't know whether he did that in the name of a politician, is Dr. Emmanuel Ure Yakpawolo. I was surprised.
You mean the running mate to?
Yes, to Tiawan Gongo. I was surprised when he placed a call and said, well, I got to know that you lost your brother, my sincere sympathy. And, you have done all of the expenses, but at least to replenish, you can, have something.
You don't know it all.
Yeah, you don't know it all.
Yeah,
so, I think that was one of the surprises I got because I didn't expect that. I didn't know that he too is someone who follow people and reach out like that.
So, by the way, I got to know, Speaker Buffer Chambers.
Yeah.
It's between the hearing.
Yeah.
You identify.
Yeah. The speaker has always been a friend and big brother and a father figure to a lot of people. So I also understand the situation with the electoral issues, the back and forth with the case and all of that. Yes. So, and his office, Bobby will always reach out and say sorry. The speaker is concerned. That is good. And yes. So that's it.
The two presidential candidates
So
before we start the fly.
I should put you.
No, don't put me in there.
I should put you in.
No.
But you former Canadian. Yeah. So and sincerely, to let the public know, Oni was one person who reached out to me consistently, with some help, that even enabled me to do a lot of things back home there. And Oni, I want to say thank you, Cooper Sanga, thank you, Magdalene Sa, yeah, thanks to all of.
So our former candidate.
Former candidate. So I put you there. And
you're reminding me.
And again, another surprise. Clara.
Yes,
Mara.
I did that.
Okay.
Yeah,
yes.
I did that.
Clara also reached out and made a contribution financially.
Yes, I did.
Clara, thank you. It was another surprise. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Clara.
I forced Clara to reach out to you, and they should be laughing in the morning. Yes, this is the TBS. You don't know it all.
Yes, and Oni,
so the reason why I'm saying this, you don't know it all. You know the reason I'm saying it.
Yeah, because I keep.
You don't know it all. This is my fourth time saying it. This morning I got embarrassed.
Okay.
Before you gave your lineup, I got embarrassed. Right to 5:40 this morning, between 6:45 to 7 a.m. this morning while driving. So as I slow down, you have a traffic light there.
Yeah.
Just before the ministerial complex. Yeah. So I slowed down. A group of guys just said to me, CDC journalists. That's how they refer. I have to take the press thing from my car.
Wow.
Yes. So I don't know whether I want to say they are from the United Partisan. So you see why I keep saying that you don't know it all, thing, right?
Yeah.
So then I said, ready? The guy said, yes. The other guy replied, yes.
Wow.
CDC Partisan. I said, okay.
That is
if our CDC journalist by now, Samara Wolokol is having a live conference, right? I would have been one of them. I respond to you. Something in the library. Sometimes don't email something. Just respond back. I say, if our CDC journalist, my car will not break down 6-7 times a day. Sorry if I'm saying, I mean, no offense. No, we're stupid here. Sorry to say that. The police guy had to come and say, Mama, you stop this.
Wow.
This morning.
That was embarrassing.
Very embarrassing. I have to take the press stuff from my car. I said, well, how you guys think about us in this country? Right? So that's why you see us saying, you don't know it all. I borrowed that tone because behind this microphone will go through a lot.
Absolutely.
Sometimes your car will break down, you'll be pushing it. As a people will be looking at you. These are the guys who would talk to us every morning. And look, folks, if Joseph Boyka or George Weah will win this election, we have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
We have no fish to fry into it. Right?
It will be the decision of the
y'all go decide.
Yeah.
Go on those days, what will use the microphone and tell you which way to go? No. The way you go vote, that's how the Elections Commission will announce. And I want to announce on tomorrow, because of our professionalism in this whole election matters, the charging affairs of the U.S. Embassy, yesterday, they sent an into Russia yesterday.
Okay.
Yes. I didn't know. They placed in a call last week.
Okay.
Is this O'Neill? I said, yes, O'Neill, yeah. Your thanks for the show. Thanks for keeping the peace in Liberia. Since some of you don't know, maybe you're 8 years school fees, I used to cut classes. Thanks for upholding the peace. That's what the word I got from the U.S. Embassy. And yesterday, Interrush came to look at where the Sachi affair is coming on tomorrow. Catherine Rodriguez, she'll be with us on tomorrow.
All right.
So we'll go through a lot. That's why he say, you hear me saying, you don't know it all. This man went through a lot.
Yeah.
He went through a lot. You don't know it all. Maybe I'm not using the George Weah tune, but I'm using the Boga tune this morning. You don't know it all. Those are you. This is so sickening. Anyway, let's move on. Country first.
Let's move country first. And again, let me use this medium to say that it is disrespectful to us when we sacrifice our time based on our passion, based on our love for country, and sit behind these microphones. Other colleagues, friends in the same age category with the same level of qualifications, they've decided to do other things. They've decided to go the political way,
to
campaign. Look, See a good talker like Marka Davis, a good talker like Oni Roberts. You think you can be spokesperson for any major political
Of
party
course.
in this
Do
country?
you know how many cents we bring to the
And
discourse?
all of us collect the campaign mile and go and talk to people and keep the balance on and buy good cars and move around here. We can do that. But we have decided to stay where we are and serve our country through this means. Because without the media, there's no democracy. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Without the media, there's no democracy. So we do that. We deserve respect from the public. We deserve respect from the public. There are some journalists who have gone clear to say we are supporting this side.
Yeah.
What do you do to them?
Nothing.
If we decide to do that, what will you do? You will still not do anything. But we have decided to stay ethical, to stay to our profession and do it the way we are doing it. So you have to show us some respect. You have to show us some respect. You know, every day our view will not be in your favor. That's why you should know. Today, when the blue does bad, we will talk it. When the green does bad, we will talk it. So the day the blue goes bad and you say it, somebody say you're leaning with the green. When the green does bad, you say it and somebody say you are leaning with the green. So, I mean, this is just what it is. You have to show us some respect. We are sacrificing our time and expertise for the sake of our democracy, for the sake of our country. That's what we are doing. So please stop showing us journalists disrespect. We are members of the Fourth Estate.
Yeah.
You have to do that. Well, only I'm a little bit behind in terms of current affairs. The reason is because
as a fire,
yeah,
no, you're mourning now. You can't be doing it.
Yeah, so
you can't be crying. You know.
Yeah.
At the same time, you know, following what's going, who crossing, where you crossing.
Yes, absolutely. So
yeah.
I just got a little stuff. So after the lineup, then maybe I will see a little bit of this whole crossing or what is my opinion on some of the craze crossing. Yeah. So I can come out now with what we got for the breakfast.
Yes, let's hear what you have this morning.
We have 6 days to the runoff.
6 days.
6 days to the runoff. This morning we will take the health tip with David Coty. Maybe we can do that for how many minutes?
4 minutes.
Yeah, 4 minutes.
After the election, they will have like 10 minutes, no problem.
Yes. So countdown to the runoff, election factors to be considered in election. We'll talk about that. Government select few FM for summer cars. Yeah.
No, they say at CDC. My car breaks down. I'm not sure about it though. I can push it.
Yeah. Yes. You know, I
breaks down 6-7 times a day.
I have one memory of one senior journalist, my former boss, Oscar Mova, when he dressed nicely in his true having chef for that matter. As soon as the man reached Tubman Boulevard, the man car broke down and got down with 3 teacher and was pushing it.
Bro, it didn't break down. Nothing to be ashamed about. You owe it to nobody.
Yeah. So we will continue with the non-violence message. That's the most important message that all Liberians should be preaching in this country. The non-violence message. We'll continue with that coming up at 8:30 to 9:15 this morning. Councillor Aloysius told the National Secretary General of the ANC and the CPP will be our guest this morning on the first segment of the show. We will talk about a lot of national issues this morning. 9:15 will bring you sports, entertainment, and commercials here. Orange Liberia is a proud sponsor of the TBS. As usual, as you know, 9:25 to 10 o'clock, concerned citizens of District 2, Montserrat County will be here this morning to talk about a hearing. There's a case there. There's a dispute. They have filed a complaint that the numbers released by NEC is not correct. They have the real numbers in their favor. So they will be here this morning to talk about our district, right?
Yes.
Yes. So in the midst of all country first. I haven't said this for a couple of times.
In the midst of all.
Yeah, in the midst of all. Country first. Country first.
Yes. Let's have health tip with I know you missed David Coty voice.
Yes.
Let's have health tip with David Coty.
And O'Neil, just 30 seconds. O'Neil, I have just come to realize the work we are doing here, O'Neil. You will not know until you step out. You will not know until you step out. When I got to Nimba, people just from this live feed,
they recognize you.
A young man who is a follower of this show in Saclipia, Nimba County. His name is William Johnson. He's a businessman and he also works with the Forestry Development Authority.
Okay.
This young man saw me walking and he said, Marka Davis.
He checked.
Yes. I turned around and he said, you are Marka Davis from Truth FM, right? I said, yes.
He put in Mano Agil.
Yeah, no, he spoke English, actually.
Yeah. David, hold on.
Yeah, David, please, 1 minute. Let me recognize this young man for being the kind of person he is. Okay. So I turned around, I said, yes, absolutely, I'm Marka Davis. Say, my young man, we follow you. Thank you, you and O'Neil and the rest of the team at Truth FM Monrovia. but you are a brother. So this is my place. The man say, my man, why you launching? I say, I came to the hospital. He said, my man, go take your thing
You don't know it
and
all.
come in one of my VIP
Okay.
guest house room here and lodge there. If at any time you come, I can just can lodge in this room.
Oh.
Yes, that young man did it. He gave me food. He gave me everything. He gave me everything.
Why?
Yes.
Why? I know you asking why. Because of the kind of work you do.
I said, but
Mhm.
do I deserve this? He said, my young man, you guys are standing for the country. You deserve this.
Yes.
Good morning. He is a regular follower of the TBS. He lives in Saclepi in Nima County. William Johnson, good morning to you. Thank you so much. God will bless you.
Great. Yes. Thanks so much. It's 8 o'clock. David Ernest Coty is live with health tip. Good morning, David.
Good morning to you, and good morning to my good friend and brother, Marka Davis, and welcome back to the radio.
Thank you,
We'll
Chief.
be missing your voice, yes. I hope after my health tip, O'Neill and Parker, you'll give me a small time to talk about this Truth FM issue. You know, I'm getting sick now with this thing. Let me not run into my health time, but I will call back later. All right. Um, Today, I'm talking about the importance of early detection. That's the topic today. The importance of early detection. In February 1999, my good friend and brother Charles Taylor gave the legislature 90 Isuzu triple jeeps. 90 Isuzu triple jeeps. 26 for the senators because there were 26, there were 13 counties at that time, and 64 for the representatives, were 64 at the time. 90 jeeps. But before the first 2 years ended, 10 of those cars were down. They were broken down already. But I kept mine for 12 years, 6 months. Why? Early detection. I made sure that I check my car always, check my oil. You know, sometimes people go to, only don't I'm talking to you directly now, then you can check your car. Now, um, I kept mine for 12 years and a half simply because I check it all of the time. People used to even think that I didn't used to travel with a car. Some people say, how did America when I stay long when he can't go anywhere? No. I went to Ghana with that car. I drove from here to Ghana to watch the Lone Star game. My witness is Dixon Siebel, 2002. He went with me on that trip to Ghana. And I've been to almost all of the counties. So I move around. But the reason why my car stay long, even the flashpoint picker I have right now, this flashpoint picker is 12 years, 5 months since 2011, April 14th. Now, one of the main things people need to do is to check the car. For example, the engine oil. Some people only change their oil and don't check for the gearbox oil, the differential oil, brake fluid, the brakes, the tires, the water. They don't check these things. Then when the car breaks down, they say this and that. This other car can't still. You are the cause of the whole thing. Now I'm trying to compare this car issue to our health. You have a lot of things in the body. Your kidney is there, the liver is there, your heart, breast cancer, this, and you need to check these things. Or else when something happens, you start to blame witchcraft and other things. Nobody hits you, you hit yourself. So it's always good to check the entire system. I will talk about the whole system, I mean, one by one from time to time. So let me just say this quickly. Please remember this. I don't have much time, so I got to go faster. Um, please, when people jam you, please go and pee quick. Don't manage it. It is a dangerous thing to say you got to wait until the football game first. You got to finish your work you're doing before you go pee pee. It is not good for the bladder. When you do that from time to time, the muscles in the bladder get weak, and you will also have what we call bladder infection. Then other trouble will start to come. So I only brought this car example in today to let you know that these cars that we own, when you take care of them, they will last long. And your body, when you take care of it, you will live long. So please, thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Health tip with David Coty. Yes. Thank you so much. This is the TBS. There is regular. We're very regular now.
Yeah,
With
that is
health
good,
tip. Mhm.
and I want people to take these tips very seriously because these are real life situations. These are real truth, and I was just when you're in a church when a pastor is preaching, sometimes when the message, touches you, you will be like, yeah, oh, I mean, a pastor talking to. This issue of sometimes when you are gym, you want to go to pee, you will wait for, to finish what you are doing is one of the things I can do. Yes,
most
I can
especially
do it.
watching,
So,
watching the game. Like
so I'm going to stop that. Mr. Kuti, thank you this morning. I'm going to take that other tape personally.
Okay.
That tape, I want to take it personally.
What implies to you?
Yes. That mean a pastor was preaching too.
Oh.
Yes, because I'll always say, oh, let me finish. Sometimes I'll be editing the news. I want to go and say, let me just finish 3 stories. Then,
Yeah.
So,
and you stay there. Oh?
So this preaching was for me.
Yes, this is it. This is the T-bags. That's what tests are reaching.
Yeah, folks. Thanks to again.
There is a laughing good too.
Yeah, laughing.
Yeah, laughter. They will talk about laughter.
Thanks to my news team. In my absence, you guys did what you could do. You did your best. Thanks to Henson, Augustine, Johnson, Bantoma. Thank you so much. Thanks to the entire team there. Edwin Dolo, thank you so much, and thanks to all of you in the newsroom.
The chick calling all of you.
Yeah, thanks so much. I said thanks to everyone. Thanks to everyone.
All protocol observed.
All protocol observed. Edwin Dolo, Johnson, Bantoma, Henson, Dega, Naomi.
All protocol observed.
Thanks to everyone for holding the newsroom until I'm back now.
Yes, this is it. This is the True Breakfast Show, 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Sometimes we'll talk, it's just that we are frustrated. No. Our major objective is about keeping the peace. Yes. So the two political parties, like you said, you've been off. Yes.
Yeah.
But the two parties now have been seen giving support to one another. Is a bag of thing. Just give endorsement going on and that. But the almost part of the day, we ask you, we encourage you to please campaign well. The two political parties, the two presidential candidates, Joseph Boyka, George Weah, none of you have a vote keeping in a basket. That on election day, you're just going to open the basket and that vote come out. And until you follow us, most of the problems too don't come from the heads. Those of you who are supporting your political parties, most of the problems will go through, you are the root cause of it. That's why you see all the past period, almost 2 to 3 weeks, we are done with the phone calls. Yes. Because someone will just sit in a living room and just make a call that could threaten the whole peace we have in this country. The U.S. government, through the embassy, have been following. This is why they're asking, to come and appear. This has been our start of broadcast. Well, Wuto, I don't have a friends in the CDC. I do. So the United Party. Are they with us? No, they are all Liberians. But when you say this individual or that individual had turned to a partisan journalist, that goes down to my spirit. Then tells you that the 4 or 5 years I went through the University of Liberia. Well, what's the big one? After graduating from the MASCOM, go to graduate school, or just practicing to be a partisan journalist. That's why you're saying to me. We should stop this. This event will come and go. All right? Joseph Boyka, George Weah now, you should be encouraging me. I'm not going too much into this endorsement and thing back and forth. Because there are some people going as an individual. They ain't carrying the party. They ain't carrying the people to go and vote. No. If you are going to vote, you're going as an individual. The group, when after your endorsement, they're not going with you. So encourage your people. And that's the best thing we as journalists, we should be able to sit and say to our people. Not to tell you, say, this candidate, right now as I'm speaking, those of you calling us CDC journalists, Samara is having his live thing right now. We should be there talking about the government scorecard. All along, for 7-12 days, up to Samara will call it. Now, one single interview, we have had our audience with them. It's so sickening. So some will no, because now it's no more gossip. People seeing it into our faces personally. And this is so sad. On the ballot box, it's not going to be Jefferson Koji face. It's not going to be Mo Ali. It's going to be Joseph Boyka and George Weah. The two presidential, before Marka can come in. The two candidates. That's why I will hit the two side. George Weah, it is you the people going to vote. If the people depends on most of your officials, you'll not be re-elected, I swear. Violence will all come by. I swear to God. George Weah, I'm quite saying this thing this morning. You will reach out and the people will not return. So people, you like it, you talk, they have made up their mind already to go and vote. That scorecard, what's the moral going to talk about? Who had the biggest scorecard right now? The Liberians. The one the MCC Millennium Challenge have done. I mean, the record is already there, but the biggest scorecard now, the Liberians have the biggest scorecard. And the Joseph Boyka, you should promise the Liberian people that if you win the presidency, you won't witch hunt. What do I mean? You won't go after people. Because if you do that, after your 6 years, there will be a payback. That's all we're going to say. I say keep your personal feelings. And yeah, George Weah win, I'm still a Liberian. Joseph Boyka win, I'm still a citizen. And nothing can move for me. Yeah, man.
Yeah, Onu, like I said, thank you for these statements that you have made. The endorsements, we knew these things were going to happen. We even said it before that after the first round of votes, there were going to be crisscrossing. People were going to endorse. But what I said to the Liberian people, the ordinary people, the partisans, members of these political parties, or members of teams of these independent candidates, you must vote your conscience. You know, let me tell you, some of the endorsements that you were seeing, there are always negotiations. You will see people posting photos of meetings. My fellow Liberians, ordinary people, are you in these meetings? Were you there? Do you know what are the agreements? So, you know, some of these political leaders who are hosting these meetings, these pre-endorsement meetings, they go and agree sometimes on jobs. Sometimes they agree on some kind of package. You are not there. They come and call a big press conference and say, we endorse, our party endorse. What is your stake in that endorsement? Ordinary people. So your stake is Liberia. So you should be evaluating the people who are going to, you already know these two persons. They have been in the runoff. Unity Party and CDC were in the runoff in 2005.
Yeah.
They were in the runoff in 2011. They were in the runoff in 2017. And they are in the runoff in 2023. So these two parties we knew them forever in the last 2 decades of Liberian politics. So these endorsements, some are empty, some are like, for example, if I want to say, because let me do the first with the Appeton endorsement. We have said from the voting that Appeton was a stranger who a lot of people continue to question how he came third in these elections, how he accumulated these votes. Folks from both sides, the Unity Party, the CDC, have always, even analysts said that Appeton endorsement will only be for political boosts, but it would not be a number game, because these numbers, according to some of them, will go to the original owners in the runoff elections, right? Okay. That's what people said. So he did an endorsement, and today, you know, when it's on your side politically, you would take it to be a big boost, and they said, oh yes. Again, another one from the other side too is the other piece of the ALP endorsement of the CDC, for example, the Henry Costa. Costa was popular. He was referred to as hero some point in time, but right now you and I know that he has lost all of these the kind of relevance he had before. You recall Onu and I said here that Costa was coming to Liberia at one point in time, and he needed to be to receive a rousing welcome because of the people were not coming. Oh, he got a lodge at the Farmington for some time to ensure that they can mobilize people to go and welcome him. Now, if you follow the social media right now, the debate of Costa's endorsement of the CDC is only like the Unity partisans and the CDC partisans are just back and forth. Oh, you said you were good before. You said you were bad. He came to our side. We have him now.
This played normally during this kind of period.
So you understand? So, I mean, when Costa is speaking, I was in Nimba. We listened to some of the radio, some of his podcasts. When he's speaking, the people believe that he's just singing the same song. So Costa endorsement of CDC, I mean, it won't add a much Appeton, the vote that people call mysterious vote will go to the real owners in the runoff. So
that the two sides talking now.
Yes, it won't mean a lot. In my opinion, that's just my opinion on some of these endorsements. So yeah, there are some that are very relevant. There are some that is just for the political boost going to the runoff. I can say that.
Very well. Very, very, very well. So and another thing, like I'm saying, people are not concerned about those representative candidates who have people traveling, leaving from here to go to Kidman, go to Bombing, go in Bapolu. They talk people, some of you, I don't want to say truck, well, in a very huge number.
No, if you want to say truck, you can say truck. There's nothing.
Okay.
They truck the people to these counties.
These people were trucked, and nobody's going after them to come and vote on the 14th. I mean, the two political parties, I don't know whether you're observing that. And the representative candidate who contested, they know them. You don't know them.
Yeah.
You don't know these people because they went for them. They signed up. They have their contacts and everything. So if we expect less numbers in the elections, don't blame Elections Commission for that. Because those who are trucked, we saw on the social media in a heavy thriller, right?
Yeah.
People leaving, going from county to counties. And some of the people who carry there, they lost the elections. Who going for them to go and vote?
Exactly, Onu. And even when I was in Nimba, I listened to a couple of persons who said, we are really hoping that the people who came here will be able to come back to vote. Other than that, we'll see a very low turnout for the runoff.
Okay.
Yes.
So the two parties, when Elections Commission announced less votes, numbers of vote, your vote will be small, like rest green. Small, like rest green. Some of you put it, if your went high, CDC United Party, the vote you're anticipating will be small.
And I believe that one of the things that the two parties, supposed to really focus on is the issue of getting these trucked voters back.
Yeah.
And look, I'm saying this only because it is election and we are just looking at the variance in the play of number, the turnout, first round and second round. That's why I'm saying it. But listen, if it was only because of I've always been against people leaving their constituencies and going to different places to register for elections. I've always been against that. But saying it was done and people have to go back and vote, I think this is one of the things that the parties were supposed to focus on, even more than receiving endorsement.
More
than receiving endorsement.
Yes. So
these people that were trucked, I can assure you that if all of them, or even 50% don't show up to vote, you will not believe it. You will not believe. If 50% of those who were trucked from the original location to other places to register and vote, if they do not have the opportunity to go back, the turnout for the election will be either around 50 or less than 60%.
Yeah. And this one, the highest order looking for now.
Yeah.
There's no percentage business. So the two political parties,
it will affect both parties, and maybe some people will be harmed the most.
Yes.
Yeah.
These people who were trucked, some of them were die-hard sedition, some of them were die-hard unity partisan.
Exactly.
But they're not going to vote.
Election is money. Y'all give the defeated candidates, representatives,
empower them. Yeah.
Y'all give them money to carry these people back. Let me say raw way.
But
y'all get these people money to carry these people back to vote. Other than that, the turnout we'll see in the runoff will be less than 60%.
And now what will take?
Yes, it will be less than 60%. At the end of the day, you say, how come I got 43%? First round, then I'm getting 20% or 25% second round.
This one at the higher order. The higher order. So your as strategy, you're strategizing. Please go back to this candidate.
6 days to go.
Look at all of the database there. The representative, the senatorial candidates know them. You don't know them.
Some districts, some districts.
That's what I'm talking about.
Listen, let me tell you, some districts, they track voters in some district range between 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, even to 7,000. Even to 7,000. So it is very, very serious. The two parties have to do something about it.
So we're raising this up for the parties to take note on this. Librarians should take note on this one. If Derriata and the Board of Commission start to announce on November 15th, by 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m., after voting on November 14th, on November 15th, when the results starts to come in from these counties, don't be shocked, because now we're telling you, go back to this representative candidate, go through the whole data that you have then, go from district to district, all these candidates, people follow them. On who expense is going to happen? You think people are going to spend money for them to go back? All the endorsement you're doing, the two party you're doing, the other group going to the other side, the representative care that the main focus. They talk people, they know them. They know them name by name. Yes, this is the breakfast show again. We want to announce you all. Liberia is above Joseph Boyka. Liberia is above George Weah. This country can go down. We got scary. On Monday, we heard there was a heavy gunfire in Guinea. On Saturdays, on Sunday, peace have been restored. Crime is in the city. Domiya, one of his all-time friends, said, well, he can't incarcerate my father. Yes. So up to now, they stay in search of that army lieutenant. You know, when you hear guns, so those some people predicting violence in this country. So as a media, the best thing we're telling you, Unity Party, CDC, Unity Party, you encourage your people to go vote. Will you appear on these platforms and think? Don't people you throw talk and say the worst thing about Joseph Boyka or say the worst thing about George Weah, they can't change it. Just encourage your people, look, please go and vote. Yes, do so.
Encourage your people to go and vote. And in line with our non-violence message again, we want to speak to the minds of the Liberian people. This country, peace is what we really need, because we know that globally there are economic issues that is even being accelerated by the major conflicts in some parts of the world, including the issue in Ukraine, the new one that really intensified in Gaza with the Israel-Palestinian issues. All of these things are factors that are affecting global economy. So Liberia is also having its fair share of issues when it comes to the economy. However, a peaceful nation will always try to make things work. But in violence, we cannot fix the economy. In violence, we cannot develop our country. We cannot do anything when we have violence. So all we have to do is to remain peaceful. Listen, like O'Neill just mentioned, Boyka is not above Liberia. George Weah, the president, is not also above Liberia. The interest of the country should be the first. Because guess what? If we have peace, you can even stay with Hong Kong, you'll be okay. But if you have violence, you stay with Hong Kong, you have no access to farm food. It will be disastrous for us, because even people who have been helping us in the past with humanitarian assistance, people who have been helping with financial assistance, these people are also facing issues at other fronts. You will not have the immediate attention when anything goes wrong in this country. So we want to call on the Liberian people, our young people, the women, advise your children. Our mothers, advise your children, fathers, advise your children, young people. Understand that most of you, I can say, when it comes to enrollment in college and universities in the country is very high. That means that the young people are really developing their minds, they're developing their capacities in order to be able to find work and make money with their own hands and build their own future. So that means there's no room for violence, there's no room for conflict or chaos in this country. So we should take that very, very seriously. Let's look at the success story of people that you are fronting for today in these elections. The former vice president, for example, have worked in government for over 40 years. He has served as vice president for 12 years. He has had his fair share of success as a person. Consider his age. So if you think if he spoil anything here on behalf of Boyka, you think you'll be hurting Boyka, for example? No.
George Weah.
Look at George Weah. George Weah played football and made millions of dollars. He has made all the properties he needs. He is educating his children. I mean, he has lived more than 50 years. And you think if you spoil anything here, you'll be spoiling it for him? These are people who can just get to the airport and they will have plane picking them up and going. So what are you depending on?
Back at the one with touching the two sides, those of you listen, radio is not secret. Some of you are radio or battery. Radio or battery are the most dangerous people. Do you take news? They say. Look at hit the president, George Weah, Joseph Boyka. You know, that's it. Liberians, You're gonna make the decision. So we have our chairman of the TBS, Derek Kote. Yeah, Derek Kote, ambassador of the True Breakfast Show, wants to have an input immediately. Yes, Derek.
And brother, thank you again. And I will be just for 30 seconds, not long. Let me just say something here today. In this country, we don't like good people. We don't know good people. Truth FM is one of the leading stations in this country. And you have been very balanced and professional since 18 years ago. Look at what Baka just mentioned. He was talking about endorsement. He said some are empty. He talked about the Appleton side, Joe this and that, but they're not really bringing more people. Then he went to the CDC side and talked about the Euro group that came. And you have always been balanced. I don't see why people have problem with you. Even the issue you mentioned about the embassy coming tomorrow. You think the people stupid? They observe all of your radio stations. There are some journalists who are completely but we're not going to name them here. No. We can see the way things are going. We're not going to name anybody here. Completely but you see them preaching just one-sided problem in this place here. But you have always been balanced. Your station there is owned by a particular political party leader. But you still accept everybody there. Then why must people have problem with you? Some of us, that's the same way I will always defend ACAP. When people jump on them, I will always defend the station. I'm not going to, you got your program, I dare appeal to you to give me small money, but this got to stop. What have you done so wrong? Even when you are preaching in the morning, good morning, our black president, good morning, Open Marka, good morning, Mr. Cummings, you have not taken any side here. Why should people have problem with you? All right, we're ready for them. Yes, no, you're not defending yourself, we will defend you. My man, I'm sorry for taking up this time. Bye-bye.
Okay. Yes, Derek Kote, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Charlie, in 4 minutes time we'll bring on the SG of the NC, the CPP, Councillor Eloshus Tour. Yes, will be our guest very, very shortly right here on the True Breakfast Show. This morning, Marka 6 days. Let's hope you get the voting card. Keep it well.
Yeah, it's highly protected.
With your voting card, Joey I can respect you.
Oh yes.
With your voting card, Joseph Boca can respect you. Yeah. But look here, those of you, see, let me just display it to the cameras. You see that? Over the past weeks or so, Truth FM, more than 100 voting cards. Some of you will just make the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
When the people launching you there, you don't have voting right. See the voting cards? You should come into the station and come check for your misplaced voting cards. We have almost 100. This is about 25, 26 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So come and check for them. You don't have voting right. You don't. But when you have a turnout, you people all there. Yeah. We finish winning. Nobody have won this elections. And again, before we link up to Councillor Todd this morning, we want to say, if George Weah win the election, we'll call him our president.
Yeah. If
Joseph Boyka wins the election, Liberian people say, we'll see our president. If the election results don't go your way, Joseph Boyka, accept the result. George Weah, if the results don't go your way, accept the results.
That's the way of the people.
That's it. That's it. I pray for a wonderful show tomorrow with the Sachet Affairs of the U.S. Embassy on tomorrow.
Yes, exactly. We hope that we'll have a wonderful time here tomorrow. Yes, so Odiu has said that's one of the key things that Odiu just mentioned. The fact that you should muster the courage to accept the results. We know defeat is painful in whatever way, but I mean, this is democracy. So it is competition, you know that. And please, to the both political parties, the CDC and the UP, please create room for disappointment.
Okay.
Please create room for disappointment, because I know everyone is saying we will win, but please create room for disappointment, because two persons cannot be president at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, one of you will win the presidency. The loser must be a patriot and be able, in fact, to be one of the first person to say, well, congratulations, we didn't make it this time around. Yes, that's the recipe for peace. When they say the election was peaceful, the people who are contesting, when they come out to say, well, when they come out to say, well, I think we didn't make it. Congratulations to the winner. I mean, you know definitely that yes. Because when the leader speaks, the followers will follow. But if the leader is dragging on and looking for some controversial issues and demand and this and that, then the followers will have the zest to continue, maybe to disrupt other activities and all of that. So Liberia is for everyone. Once the National Elections Commission qualifies you to run for president, you will know that the decision is left with the Liberian people. And when they make that decision, it is also the duty and responsibility of the Electoral Commission to announce that winner. And the numbers from the ballot boxes, the numbers, the votes should be delivered to the people. The numbers should be given out clearly so that the credibility of our democracy will remain intact, so that the respect on the global scene for Liberia will remain intact, so that when other people are having similar issues, they will say, well, let us consult Liberia, how they manage. You know that during the COVID-19, there are some countries that are still consulting some of our experts in Liberia on how Liberia managed with the COVID fight. Yes, because there was a united front and a lot of things were put in place to the extent that Liberia was one of the countries that really performed well in the COVID fight. So for us to perform well in our democracy, we must do this election with utmost nationalism and patriotism. To become president is an opportunity that the Liberian people will give you. Nobody holds a right or title to the presidency. We are not forced to make VP Barker president because his experience, he served 12 years as president. We are not also forced to make Mr. Weah president again because since he ended the first year, the first term he's supposed to end the second term. No, the Liberian people will decide, taking into consideration all factors, and go and vote for the right person, and that election result will be announced by the National Election Commission. The loser must accept, and the winner must reconcile and move the country forward. So O'Neill is there. Is O'Neill there now? Okay. Yeah, so O'Neill will join there shortly. We will link up with Councillor To on the TBS this morning on Truth 96.1 FM. Yeah, the return of Marka Davis from Nimba. The GB one not easy. Yeah. So let me see if I can link up now. Is O'Neill there now, or we should start? Yeah. Let's see if we can move. Yeah. So let me just join the council this morning on the TBS on Truth 96.1 FM, the heart and soul of Liberia. This is where national unity begins. So yes, good morning, council. It's great to have you this morning.
Good morning, my brother. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being with you.
Okay. Okay. How are you this morning? How's your health? How is family? How is everything?
I'm doing pretty well. Family is good. I'm very good health, and I think as I usually tell you, God is money.
Okay.
God is money, all of us.
Exactly. Okay, it's great to have you again. So how is the ANC / the CPP?
The ANC and by extension the collaborating political parties are strong, they are vibrant, they are healthy, they are cohesive, and they are determined to pursue and campaign for the re-election of President Weah.
Well, Council, yeah, John straight to that. Well, we know. No, hold on. Yeah, that's why yeah for that. Yes, great, but let's go back a little bit. How is it? There was a high anticipation with the CPP, and the result didn't play away. How did you receive it?
That's the will of the people. Look, the Liberian people served as jurors during the last election. They rejected our argument, and we live by their decision. We respect that decision, and we think that's the might and beauty of democracy.
Okay, so going to what the main issue that I say here from the legal people didn't let the waste happen. Yes, on the serious matter. Was on a Thursday, almost 2 weeks ago. Your political leader has not been in the comments. His photo was one of the most shared on the social media on that Thursday evening or Wednesday evening. The former Vice President Joseph Boyka paid a visit to him. 2-3 hours later, George Weah also paid a visit to him, despite with the 1% he accumulated.
That should tell you the relevance and significance of Mr. Cummings. He's a fine gentleman. He's a very good mayor. He's one of the best political species of this country. He's a unifier. He's a reconciler. And the fact that he played host to His Excellency President Weah and Ambassador Joseph Boga should tell you the kind of role he plays in the society and the kind of reverence people accord him. So yes, that is Mr. Cummings, and that's the.
So that visit, sorry, that visit was from Ambassador Burka or George Weah. Was like giving support. Unity Party wanted your support, so do the CDC. On what grounds? The CPP, having doing all of the review and say, well, I'm not going this way. I'm going to go to the other way. Despite meeting the two presidential candidates in the runoff.
That is true. Both parties were craved for the support of the CPP. But the CPP as an institution has internal mechanisms. They have processes that were put in place. And the CPP as an institution also has its own political interest and the interest of the Liberian people that she wanted to be implemented. So on account of that, both parties were engaged, the Unity Party, the CDC. Unfortunately, both parties accepted. The CPP made 12 policy proposals to both parties. Unfortunately, both parties accepted the 12 policy proposals. However, the CPP determined that the CDC of President George Weah display more commitment in implementing and executing the policy proposals of the CPP, hence the executive committees of the Liberty Party and the Alternative National Congress, ANC, who are the constituent parties of the CPP, reached the final and ultimate decision to prefer the CDC as the institution that show more inclination, more determination, and more interest in executing and implementing the policy proposals proffered by the CPP.
Do you want to highlight some of the key policy proposals? I understood one of them was the issue of establishment of War and Economic Crimes Code.
Precisely, the establishment of the War Economic Crimes Code was one of the issues. Both parties accepted that, but the CDC appeared more determinative, more determined, and more committed to executing that. Another one was ensuring that a 30% women representation, the 30% threshold for women inclusion in government is met. The CDC appear more inclined and showed demonstrated commitment to implementing that. More than that, the CPP also proffered that at least 40% of cabinet positions should be occupied by women. Again, the CDC accepted that and showed more commitment to implementing that. The CPP also proposed that there should be electoral reform in this country. The CDC willingly accepted that and showed more commitment and determination to improving that. The CPP also proffered judicial reform, which the CDC willingly accepted and showed determination to implement. The CPP also proffered that there's a need in this country to institute youth service program that will empower our youths and provide more job opportunities, to provide loans, micro loans to small business, Liberian businesses. The CDC government willingly show commitment to implementing those proposals. On account of the acceptance and the display of determination to implementing our policy proposals, the CPP Executive Committee made the ultimate decision to prefer the CDC over the UP.
Well, okay, that's what you think. But I recall when Mr. Cummings announced that a committee was set up to look to present these positions to the two parties, which have made a decision. How come we didn't see the face of the standard bearer and the chairman at the ceremony?
I don't know which chairman you are referring to.
The chairman was in present.
Okay.
Maybe the standard bearer, yes.
Yeah.
We saw the VSB, yeah.
The vice standard bearer, the councillor Charlie Bromsky, was present. The chairman of the CPP, Honorable Musa Ability, was present.
Okay.
The chairman of the ANC, the acting chairman of the ANC, Lafayette Gul, was also present. And nearly all of the executives of the CPP coming from the ANC and the Liberty Party were present. Coming to the issue of Mr. Cummings, look, we have a democratic process. When you have a process in any place, and the major decisions to be made.
The decision came from the EC Executive Committee?
ANC Executive Committee, the Liberty Party Executive Committee, and ultimately endorsed by.
What was a difficult decision? I mean, council back and forth. Hold on, sorry, back and forth on the social media. After Joseph Boyka and Cummings' picture popped out on the social media, it's like, well, a done deal. Before then, he was in the CPP. Now he's gone back. What's a difficult decision to choose George Weah ahead of Joseph Boyka?
In the wisdom and determination of the CPP Executive Committee, it was not a difficult decision. Many factors were taken into consideration, and overwhelmingly, the two executive committees voted for the CDC. It was not a difficult decision because of the reasons I just explained. That having examined both parties, having worked with one of the political parties, and we in the CPP know more of one of the parties, we came to the determination and conclusion that the CDC was the best choice to support in these elections for several reasons, some of which I've just explained.
Yet you also mentioned that the political interest of the CPP was also considered. What are these interests you were talking about? Is it the interest of kind of succeeding George Weah after his second term?
The interest I've just talked about are the 12 proposals. The interest of the Liberian people, the interest of the CPP are the 12 proposals I just talked about. The women empowerment in government, provision of business loans to market women, judicial reform, electoral reform, youth service programs. These are the interests of the CPP.
Was that
CDC agreed to implement?
Was there any agreement on succession plan?
And that was not the intention of our endorsing President Weah.
Okay, that's good. But the next thing is, what happens in maybe the first 3 months and you don't see signs of some of these things working? What will the CPP do?
Well, we can't jump the gun. The CPP, as I told you, the CDC expressed commitment to implementing these policy proposals. We look forward to and await the CDC to remain truthful to her words.
That is great. So what should the Liberian people expect of the CPP going to the runoff on next Tuesday, considering that both parties are now campaigning? Do we expect to see the stand-up bearer of the CPP and the chairman and the executive members on the campaign trail with the ruling party?
As you know, the executives of the CDC are on the campaign, currently on the campaign trail. The CDC, they are campaigning in every corner of the country. They are engaging the communities. We have not only are we using and utilizing our partisans, we are in the business now of getting our boots on the ground in every community. Our foot soldiers are going from door to door promoting the CDC and urging the Liberian people to effect the re-election of President Weah. As you know, our external bureau, Mr. Elizana Cummings, in pursuit of his democratic right, abstained from the process for reasons he stated publicly. So when you go to these kind of discussions where political parties have to debate issues critically, there are one of three positions one can take. You either vote for, you vote against, or you abstain. Most of the executives of the CPP voted for the CDC, endorsed the CDC. Okay. For reasons already explained, our Senate Bureau, Mr. Elizana Cummings, exercises democratic right to abstain from the voting process.
Okay, so Council, let me go back to the partisans. After this pronouncement, what's the feedback you're getting? Despite the EC, like we are seeing with ACO, there are some other political parties when the Senate Bureau make decision, they have reaction, mixed reaction. What have been the feedback from CPP partisans?
Acceptability. The decision enjoyed broad-based support among partisans and members and admirers and sympathizers of the CPP and its leadership. Well, you may hear skirmishes of dissent here and there. Those are propaganda. People who have been induced to make those propaganda statements. We are not moved by them. The overwhelming majority of the CDC, stroke the ANC and the Liberty Party are with the CDC.
Well, that is great. You were the stager or someone who or party that staged the popular retired suffering rally. You remember? You said during our rally as party that the Liberian people were suffering and there was a need for change. Now you are going to the CDC that has been power for almost 6 years. If I may say, you think or you thought at the time was responsible for the suffering that you were protesting for. How do you reconcile your decision now and that protest you staged back then?
Yes, look, we on December 7, we launched the Retire Suffering Rally. Now you have to know something. The Liberian people are faced with two choices: the United Party and the CDC. During the CDC regime, we in the CPP, we alarmed the suffering of the Liberian people, and all of us acknowledge there are challenges in this country. People are suffering. But then you have a choice between we are tired of suffering and we are tired of dying. During the United Party regime, Liberians were tired of dying. So the CPP is aware now that instead of suffering, you are presented with two choices: suffering and dying. So the CPP prefer to stick with retired suffering than retired dying. This is the situation we are faced with.
So, let me take you back. Due to all fairness, I mean, Marka, this very good marriage. You have the CDC, the ANC Liberty Party, the ALP, and that of the Unity Party in a very good marriage. You brought two senators, Darius Dillon, Yomdi Kanga at CPP. Was it there some bad feeling some way, somehow, that the Unity Party broke out from the CPP? You stuck with the Liberty Party and the ANC that, well, this time around, since we didn't hold together, we can give you our support. Just say Liberian people.
It's a payback.
This is not payback. This is about working on the basis of principles, working on the basis of people's honesty and sincerity. We work together. You are right. We work together. The ANC, the Liberty Party, the ALP, and the Unity Party. We thought we were forging a formidable opposition force against the CDC. But you've come and you are living witnesses. You guys in the press cover the stories. While we were working in good faith, our brothers on the other side were working in bad faith. They feel a sense of entitlement in this country that the presidency belongs to them.
That's what we're asking. This is a payback. Was it a payback?
I was saying that way they will lie on you. So they lied on us. They cook lies that we forged documents. They drag us to court, drag our names in the mud.
So there was no way you could go. There was no way you could go back, Council. There was no way you could go back to the Unity Party. Just a boy can have to stand there and say the comments. Let back on, be back on. Let's move on. You and I had the same agenda. I mean, the same platform and everything. We all wanted to see George. The result didn't go your way. I need your support.
Again, I told you, look, in life, you make decisions on the basis of who you can trust very easily and who you believe can deliver what you think needs to be delivered. In this case, the CDC appeared more inclined and determined to deliver what we in the CPP want for the benefit and betterment of this country. Now, fortunately, our most recent experience has shown that we cannot trust the UP. We cannot trust the UP. The UP has demonstrated that she can sacrifice anyone in the name of power along the way. And that's not politics.
Okay, so what are you bringing to the CDC campaign? What are you bringing?
We are bringing our base. We are bringing our membership. Look, forget about what happened. Forget about some of them.
He said we should forget about what happened.
The CPP is a formidable political force in this country. And
you bringing your 1%? No, don't tell us forget about what happened. You bringing the 1%. The 1% was the most talked about 1% ever in our election history.
One thing, I'll tell you one thing. I think that 1% will go in the Guinness Book of Records. Do you understand why this quote unquote pitiful 1% is being sought after by the United Party and the CDC? Because they believe the CPP did not receive 1%. But we are where we are. We have to accept what is it. The country got to move on. We have to live in peace. We got to maintain and preserve our peace. So, but the truth remains that both the CDC and the Unity Party did not believe and do not believe as of this time that the CPP received 1%. Otherwise, they wouldn't be chasing after the CPP for 1%.
What is your opinion or your view on the crisscrossing of endorsements? What impact do you think it will make on the runoff? What changes do you think will happen considering the first round of votes and going to this runoff?
Look, the runoff is a done deal. The CDC has won the elections. President Joshua has been re-elected already. It's just a matter of formality. Look,
You have a bookkeeper in a box. You have to go to the ballot box.
one thing: the Liberian people are resolved. Look at it. Look at the trend and the results of the elections. President Joshua won the elections. Had we had a system of simple majority in this country, we wouldn't be talking about.
What the George we have said to Arizona comments different from Joseph Boycott. I mean, I'm a bit confused. Hundreds of thousands views. Cummins' picture was the most circulated picture during 2 weeks ago on social media. What George said to Cummins after all, I've interviewed ABC more than 2-3 times. What have George said to convince the CPP? Well, let's go the CDC way.
Mr. Cummins had made his position. He abstained from the process. So whatever George Weah Ambassador Joseph Boycott said to him is immaterial. It's irrelevant to this discussion. What is important is the executive committee of the CPP reflected through the ANC executive committee and the Labour Party executive committee made the ultimate decision to support the CDC, and they have resolved to ensure the re-election of President Josh Weah in this country and Vice President Joe Howard Taylor. So whatever might have been said to Mr. Cummins is immaterial to this discussion. What is important is what the membership and the executive committees of both parties have resolved to do, and that is to ensure the re-election of President Josh Weah.
What's a good decision? You are the father of the house, and the father just look and say, well, any of you can go your separate way if you decide, well, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to fry into this. What's your strong one from the head to say, well, I'm not going to decide like what happened in 2017?
Now, this is not a situation where the father said, look, I'm not going to follow you. I'm not going to decide. The father said, look, I trust your judgment. Go ahead. Do what you think is best for you, but I just want to remain quiet for now.
Well, okay,
Yes.
that's
Very quiet for a lot.
So, what can you do, considering that NIMBA is vote rich? We follow the results that came from NIMBA. We also follow the results from Marka, from LOFAR. What contribution can the CPP make to change the variables from these big counties? We saw the votes coming from Southeast were great in favor of the CDC, but these other counties were in favor of the Unity Party. What can you do to change the numbers?
Beginning with NIMBA, you not even only the CD or the CPP, but if you look at the happenings, the developments in NIMBA right now, the chemistry is no change. You see the endorsement, and you are aware of the endorsement of Madam Edith Gonglo, who is working tremendously hard and penetrating every village, every corner in Nimba County, to the extent that Nimba is going to have a very good showing for the CDC. You are also aware, even though he did not win, Larry Yonkwe, very popular figure in his district, he's campaigning vigorously for the CDC in that district. You are aware the chairman of the CPP, Musa Hassan Bility, he emerged victorious in his district. He's campaigning heavily to ensure that the CPP, the CDC become victorious. Moreover, the ANC and the CPP has a very strong base in Ganta and Sanikweli, and these structures have been activated to engage their districts to get from door to door to sell the idea of the CDC. And the people are accepting the message. They are receiving the message very well. Come what may, with God being on our side, next week Tuesday, the victory is going to be announced for the CDC. Talking about Marka, the same thing is going. Our force soldiers are going from door to door. Our structures have been activated to ensure that, look, during the first round, the Liberian people, you might have been confused because of the proliferation of political actors. Now we have two choices. And the best choice, the best option that you must settle for is the option and the choice that God himself has destined for President George Weah re-election. And the Liberian people know that the best for this time is to re-elect President George Weah.
Well, Councillor Lucius told SGU, CPP, they talk, we listen. Well, we ask all of the necessary questions. Ms. Rachel, on the Breakfast Show, in terms of non-violence message, that's have been one of our key concerns through our election process. What message you have for your supporters, Liberians, so no to any form of violence?
Look, supporters of the CPP have been very peaceful, non-violent, and law-abiding. We call on not only supporters of the CPP, we also call on supporters of the CDC and supporters of the Unity Party. The election is the expression of the will and wishes of the people. The people will go to the ballot box and elect one person. One person has to win. Both of them don't have to win. In this case, we in the CPP believe and we know and we are going to work tirelessly to ensure that President Weah is re-elected. Now, come what may, the notion and the statements we are hearing from some corners, from some of our colleagues, that if their party don't win, it means they are going to resort to violence. We condemn that. Violence has no place in this.
Someone said that?
Well, it's in the press. Some people are saying if they don't win, it means the election was rigged, it was fraudulent. So they will result. If you do that, it means you are disrespecting the Liberian people. Unless you have facts, unless you have evidence that the results of the elections were tampered with, and unless you have facts and proof to show that there was fraud or there were irregularities.
Even if you have the fact, you have to go to court and not resort to violence. Yes. So
going to violence is not a way. Those kind of scare tactics coming from the mouth of some people, the Liberian people reject it, and you will have yourself to blame if you institute violence in this country.
Well, again, we have Councillor Tour with us this morning. We're talking about the CPP's endorsement of the CDC, which they said it was based on several other factors. Maryland County. What stake do we have in Maryland County?
Well, in Maryland County, one of our candidates won. It took down one of the big elephants. The CPP candidate Anthony Williams defeated the almighty speaker.
That matter is before the year in office elections commission.
Anthony Williams,
your legal man.
Unless a determination is made and the results are turned over, Anthony Williams has been declared winner of Maryland County.
Okay, yes. Councillor Luscious told right here with us on the True Breakfast Show this morning. George, we are another 6. So, how many reasons? Let me just drill a little bit. I'll drive you on the boulevard. This reminds me of what David Cody doing. Ellen Johnson said. David Cody said 100 reasons to re-elect Ellen Johnson. That was David Cody in 2011. So I saw a billboard on the boulevard. It says 1,000 reasons to re-elect George Weah. How many reasons? The CPP will say, yeah, let's have George Weah re-elected. He laughing about that.
Look, I'll tell you one thing. I've stated why the CPP took the decision to endorse the CDC and its candidate and to be campaigning now for the re-election of President Joshua. But I just want to bring home a little bit. Was it yesterday or day before yesterday, the MCC, the Millennium Challenge Corporation, came up with a scorecard. And this scorecard has been continuing for several years, from 2011, 2012, 2013, 14, 15, 16, and now up to 2023, going to 2024. It will interest you to know that the scores that were pronounced by the MCC, show that Liberia is making progress. And so let me break that down. What does that mean? You realize that this group called MCC, which announced the result, in fact, it's not the MCC. I can now conclusively say that it is the international community, because the results that have been announced by the MCC are results that are accumulated by different institutions. You have the Brookings Institution, you have the World Bank, you have the IMF, you have you have Yale University, you have V Democracy Network, you have different groups that are looking at different factors and have structured 20 indicators or 20 subjects, ranging from rule of law to a control of the economy to civil liberty protection to civil liberty protection to political rights protection to rule of law issues. And you realize for the first time in the history of this country, since the scorecard system was instituted in this country, the CDC government has scored 14 out of 20 of those indicators. Now, if you compare that to the Unity Party in 2016 and 2017, the Unity Party scored 10 out of the 20. The CDC government in 2023 and 2024 scored 14 out of 20. So that has been a tremendous progress. Moreover, in 2023 and 2024 was the first time that Liberia has passed the indicator on fiscal policy. Even the UP government failed several times and didn't pass. So if you look at that, and Not only did the CDC government pass, in 2017, the indicator on fiscal policy, the UP government had 26%. If you compare that, when President we came to power in 2018, he took it to 29%. Now it is to 51%. The first time for Liberia to pass fiscal policy indicator under the MCC. Moreover, on the government control of inflation is too much gold, too much useless money chasing few goods, which also lead to price stabilization and the exchange rate consistency. If you look at that, under the UP regime in 2017, the UP failed. The UP had 22%. Today, the WIA government has taken that to 67% of effort made towards stabilizing inflation in the country. So what else can be done? This indicator, this verdict from the international community shows that the WIA government is more better, is more qualified, is more productive than the UP government. So if independent actors in the international system are saying, comparing the results of the UP government in 2017 and the WIA government in 2023, that the WIA government is working more than the UP government, what else can we say? And not only that, even if you look at the regulatory framework, the indicator on regulatory framework, in 2017, the UP government had 42%. Today, the WIA government has 46%. If you look at trade policy, for instance, if you look at trade policy, well, the WIA government is on par with the UP government. If you look at gender in the economy, the WIA government is on par with the UP government. If you look at things like access to credit, the UP government has 63% in 2017. Today, the WIA government has 73% in access to credit. If you look at political rights, the UP government had 85% in 2017. Today, the WIA government has 87%. If you look at the civil liberties, the UP government had 72% in 2017. Today, the WIA government has 85%. So the very international community is saying that comparing the Unity Party government in 2017 to the CDC government in 2023, the CDC government is more productive.
Okay.
Hence the decision of the CPP to endorse the CDC government.
So jokingly, that's a good scorecard for the government, but jokingly, on the social media, I said, well, Liberians, we have the biggest scorecard. That's it. That will be the elections day on next week. Anyway, so Councillor, as we try to close up, in terms of stronghold, the thing that have become a big thing in our country, the CPP now. What do we look for to see more votes coming up for that county or that district? We anticipate, yes. Since I've joined the CDC to collaborate to make George Weah president for the second time, you should anticipate more votes coming up from this one.
Look in Monserrado County, look in Grand Bassa County, look in Maryland County, and look in River G County.
Okay. Well, these are the strongholds. However, thank you. I think this will be my final question. Yes, you talk about the scorecard issue. We understand that Liberia got some 257 million back then under the UP government to do a lot of projects, including the Mount Coffee Hydro. We know about that. But tell us, what will happen to the political future of the CPP / the ANC if George Weah does not win this election?
The ANC will continue to remain a vibrant political institution, but there's not a question of if George Weah doesn't win the election, because George Weah is going to win the election. He's going to be re-elected.
If the result don't play his way, the result don't go his way.
Look, my statement is going to become a self-fulfilling prophecy. George Weah is going to win his election.
But you cancel the prophet now. you didn't prophesy for Cummings. Now you're prophesying for George Weah. Anyway, so as we try to close up, 2-3 minutes now. We're not doing it. We'll do it with phone calls. Yes, definitely. As you close up in 3 minutes, in your concluding statement.
Look, the Liberian people are the jurors for these elections. We in the CPP, we took our message to them. The Unity Party took their message to them. The CDC took their message to them. The jurors came back. The Liberian people came back, and they said they prefer the CDC. And They in their best judgment believe, and we now do believe, that Joshua is the best for this country compared to the Unity Party. We call on all Liberians throughout the length and breadth of this country who believe in this country, who love this country, that between the Unity Party and the CDC is the best option for this country.
All right. Yes. In terms of accepting the results, I'm so curious about this one. Tomorrow, we're going to have the sachet affairs of the U.S. Embassy reversed. Politicians here in America, when they're closing up, God bless America and make the country great after conceding defeat. If the result don't play away, are you opening a room like you did for the CPP and say, well, that is the decision of the Liberian people?
If the decision do not play the way of the side that we support, which is most unlikely, we are, just as we proposed to them our 12 policy proposals, which they accepted, we are also going to urge them to accept the will of the Liberian people. But that is most unlikely because the results will not go against the CDC. The CDC will win the elections. The Liberian people, look, this is about the question of the people's perception on legitimacy. The perception of the Liberian people as reflected through their votes have demonstrated that Joshua is legitimate. He is the legitimate president of this country, and he ought to be the legitimate president of this country. They believe in him, they love him, and he must stay on. That is the people's perception. That is the people's belief. And we in politics, we the political actors, must respect the perception that the people expressed and demonstrated through their votes. This is why we are calling on all those who are standing at the sideline to vote for Joshua, to vote for Joel Howard Taylor, and ensure that they continue that development agenda for the next 6 years.
All right. The voice of Councillor Luscious Toll, SG from this ANC and of quote unquote the CPP closes us up on the first segment of the True Breakfast Show. 6 days to the runoff election. Well, encourage your people to go and vote and we'll make a decision. Let's get our break. Orange, the fastest moving network, is proud to be associated as our proud sponsor of the True Breakfast Show, and watch out for amazing offers coming out from Orange this December. Let's get our break. We'll be right back. Don't go away. This is the TBS.
It's possible, anytime, anywhere. A way to make you smile from ears to ears. With Orange Money New Broken Fees, you can take off your own sekabagi and keeps you smiling. A smile that comes from the heart. A smile that keeps you ongoing. A smile that...
Starting today, why not have a little more fun? Why not use money this easily? Why not get even closer to family? Why not work how you've always wanted? Fun, money, family, work. No network keeps you connected to it all, quite like Orange. It's all about what matters to you. Orange. Starting today.
When it comes to communication in Liberia, Orange is number one.
Orange is the best! Orange is the best! Oh! Orange is the best!
Orange is the best!
Strongest network, widest coverage.
Orange is the best!
Fastest internet speed.
Orange is the best!
People, Orange is the best! Yes! Orange is the best!
Company that's the Orange. Top number one.
Company is Orange. I don't got the best.
Orange will want you their telephone offer.
Reliable, trusted, and dependable.
Orange is about 7. Yeah, Orange is
Orange is the best!
It's all about what matters to you. Orange.
When it comes to communication in Liberia, Orange is number one.
Orange is the best.
Orange. Orange.
Starting today, why not have a little more fun? Why not use money this easily? Why not get even closer to family? Why not work how you've always wanted? Fun, money, family, work. No network keeps you connected to it all, quite like Orange. It's all about what matters to you. Orange.
If you need a stormy weather, we will always find a way. Baby, we will be together from now till the end of days. If you do the stormy weather, we know Jah will make a way. Oh Lord, and even when we fight, we gon' make it right. And when we lose our way, love will save the day. And even when we fight, we gon' be alright.
This station rules the nation. Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia.
Oh yeah, Tua. Someone's a big fan of the song, man. And the Fifi, She said, "Where's my Tiwa song? I need a song." The song is so nice, man. Mm-mm. Oh, mama. Oh, mama. If we lose our way, after all the political tussles, we'll still move on as a country. And Jah have to come in and save the day. LIB for life. Back at this song, I don't know. It appears you also fall in love with this song as well.
Yes. I love this song.
This one maybe I instantly do. Just a bit bonkula. As you selling it, no. I instantly for this song. This song, the Tiwa song. Let me tell you this: the reason why I was playing this song.
Okay.
Yes, you know, reggae music don't go all. It still sound. It take years.
Sure.
50 years, 80 years, because of what? The message in the music. Yes. So this song, I remember then on Traffic Plus. Yeah. This one, the OPS are here for this song. I see it say every time. Yeah. So that day, I just wrote a song, Marka. Yes, I just wrote a song on, and not knowing the late political leader of the Liberty Party, Councillor Charles Walker Brunskin. Yes, I was listening to the radio, driving home. Mickey Gray will have called me already, said there's a heavy traffic on the boulevard. Now, so much involved into the traffic thing. Yeah, so Mickey said, "When I play that song for the time, I knew Mickey was doing good thing for me." I said, "No, come and take it on." So when I played the song, I received this call and said, "Well, hold on, Councillor want to talk to you." So I think it was Councillor Zuba, you know, but it was not a regular councillor there. Yes. So I heard this Harry Tone, good music. You know, Councillor Brunsky had a big voice. Yes. I said, "Who is there?" He said, "Oh, you don't know me." He said, "This is Councillor Brunsky." Then I arranged myself. He said, "I love the music." I said, "Oh, yeah, good, Council." I said, "But this is not a basso music. This song I'm playing." I said, "Council, oh, you like this? So this is not a basso music." He said, "No. You just interpreted the music for me, you know, going line by line. That's why I fall in love with the song." I said, "Okay." But anyway, there's a Gribble crew. They sang in the Gribble crew vernacular. Yeah, so after all the tussle and thing, let's come together. Let's move on as a country. Yes, let's come together. Politics has separated everyone of us. He said, "Can you bring this song for?" I think the OPS coming now. You asked when the OPS coming.
Yeah, OPS.
Yes, the OPS coming now. He said, "Bring the song to my office." Yes, the law firm you see in Congo Town when you're driving, you see along the road. Yes, that firm is still being controlled by my dear sister, Councillor Charlene Brunsky. So on a Friday, that Thursday, I received that call, Marka. Friday afternoon, when a legal man give you a time, stick by the time. So Councillor Charlene Brunsky said, "He came to me." I said, "No, Council. I came to the senior council." Yeah, the OBS are way on. You know, understand it. Anyway, but that's a good music anyway. Tiwa is a nice song.
Oh, the story in it?
Yeah. Yeah, so story need to be.
I'm taking my seat to get it.
Okay, the OBS that came. Someone, Council stood up to check, you know.
Yeah.
Like Baba Chiba would say great man. I will call you great man.
Great
Yeah,
man.
but Councillor Brunsky say yes. Thank you so much. Thanks for what you are doing for our country on the music side. Now it's musical encyclopedia there. Yeah. So I ate the OPS I did just because of this music. Yeah, it's a legal team legally. But it's a good music, man. Tiwa. Thank you so much. I'm seeing the guys out from district number 2. Yes, district number 2. Yes. There's a hearing case at the Elections Commission. In fact, there are a lot of hearing cases at Elections Commission magistrate. Well, they are the still tension is going to mounting up in that district 2. Yeah, because of one party saying that saying we have won the district, we have won, and NEC is still yet and still dragging on. But again, I want to say You wait for elections commission. If you satisfy, the next place to go is the Supreme Court. Yeah, Supreme Court. Just wait it up. Yes. Yes, let's get a brief out of this song. You enjoy the music, man. And Marka, before the music continues,
yeah.
Josh Weah, Joseph Boyka, both of you, let practice the American way. After conceding, I love America. That's why, anyway, I want to see the great United States. Yeah, man. You turn to your neighbor and say congratulations. God bless America and make the country great. The play can stop there. Because millions are listening up to you for your one individual. If the result don't go your way, Joseph Boyka, George Weah, the both of you, Boyka have been a peaceful man throughout his life. George Weah have been a peace ambassador throughout his life, right? If the result don't go your way,
and we still hold the former vice president by his words in 2017 when he said that he would not allow a drop of blood because of he wants to become president. So that means he does not encourage violence. He does not encourage anything that will cause chaos in the country. So we are holding him by that.
Yes. So we need to remind the two of them again, right?
Yeah.
George Weah, Joseph Boyka. Look, Americans, I was watching the debate for the speakership in America. Yeah, so you have the Democrat and the Republican, two political parties. 9 members of the Republican wants to be speaker. Like my brother said, I mean, if you see this here, I can be contesting back up. But no, that's not the case in America. You that have the better platform, the better agenda, that's how nine candidates from Republican. I was watching a debate. I said, wow. But at the end of the day, the person who will win will say yes. God bless the country. Make the country great. Boycott George Weah. In 6 days, we'll go to the ballot box. Tomorrow, we're going to have a diplomat from the U.S. Embassy with us. They're not going to make our decision. No. They're going to tell Librarian how to vote. No. We are the voters. And to the Elections Commission, you have the biggest responsibility to make sure we have a free, fair, transparent election. Sarah Besselo said she's not going to support anybody.
Okay.
Yeah, she's still continuing with this protect your vote.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very beautiful one.
That's good.
Yes. Robert Morris, they're all joined together called Protect Your Vote. After voting, your vote will be protected. Yes. Yeah,
yes, exactly.
Yeah,
that is important. Yeah, so again, good morning to all of you who are following us this morning. Like we indicated, we have a team this morning of concerned citizens from District number 2, Montserrat County. They are here to talk about the ongoing issues in the election. You recall after the October 10th, the election results pronounced by the National Elections Commission said the Unity Party candidate, Isiku Kenan, won the votes, but an independent candidate in the district, Bishop Nimle Doyen, is contesting that results, that it is not the numbers that was actually from the votes. So they are saying as per the results that they have from the tally sheets, they top the votes in the district, so they should be the legitimate winner and not Sekou Kone. So this morning we have the team here. This morning I'm seeing 2 gentlemen in the studio from the concerned residents of district number 2, Montserrat County. I mean, see if we can have them on camera this morning, and I will just allow them to introduce themselves this morning on the platform. Good morning, gentlemen.
And District number 2, Montserrat County, Republic of Liberia.
Good morning, Marka Davis, and good morning to the peace-loving people of District number 2. I'm Godwin G. Kafa, the youth chair for the concerned residents of District number 2.
Okay. Well, it's great to have the both of you here this morning on the show. How are you? I'm seeing the kind of enthusiasm in you appear stressed. What is it?
Yeah, my brother, when property have been threatened and peace being threatened, he worries anyone. And the kind of a country we have for just the kind of a short time event to erupt all our happiness is people that our imaginations, and some of us need to spend and make it to not prevail. So this is how you see we look so serious looking at the issue, because it's a simple thing, but they're dragging it to make it big thing.
What do you mean by life are threatening, properties are threatening? What do you mean by that?
If I can recount the histories of Liberia, we all went to war because of election misunderstanding from 1985. And even those who overthrew to 1980, they said that they were not having legal right because it was one party system and multiple party systems were needed. And these were just surrounding elections, and around the world, most violent erupt from elections activities. So if someone who might not seen as the winner will be purporting to be the winner, and the other people feel aggrieved, and then the process that can make it clear is dragging to goes to like the recount is an easy thing that for all the candidates, and we don't know why one party will send 5 lawyers to get.
So let's get across of the issue. What is actually happening? Why are you here?
Okay, we are here from the concerned background of District Number 2, because the elections that took place in District Number 2, the results were tallied during the voting day, and the tally sheets were placed on the wall, and some were given to the candidates who won that identical polling places. And after everything, the elections commission with the ES, the election supervisors went in their tally room, and they brought out different results that we are seeing. So when we compare the old tally sheet from the election day to that of the new tally, or the new tally record that from the election working room, is different. So in that direction, we also start to look at how the flavor of the winning candidates need change. Then from there, we saw somebody who was leading the vote during the voting day with the tally sheet that were right in the voting process start to complain to election commission. They started with the magistrate, and then the magistrate too look at it at Bentor level, and they saw magnitude in Bishop Dwayne case because he was complaining, and from there they found it just to find out that in the commissioner office at the headquarters now, the hearing there is keep dragging, and Unity Party will send about 5 lawyers to say that District Number 2 should now go for recount. And the votes are there. So why we can't just visit the recounts and then we know the true vote who won? And the person who wins can just take the day after everybody observe the vote. So United Party fighting that they should not go for recount because they're supporting Sekou Kone, who is their candidate. So they have 5 lawyers, and the recount process is dragging. They got money again. We went there just to go find out that the hearing officer mother died, and the man want to bury a mother on Friday, so he can't even come to work on Monday, because he's looking for money to bury a mother. I don't even know why domestics and just events of such will just take a national happenings to just place it on cover. So again, they are telling us that the process is being postponed wide range after the elections on the 14th. They will again give us another time, and Friday after the 14th. So I guess that the time is going far, and we don't even know why they should drag the issue. Recount is for everybody, it's not revoting.
So the candidate, Bishop Doyen, as you mentioned, is requesting for a recount across the entire district. Is that what he's requesting?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, of course. He is requesting for recount. Look, Marka, if you look at the situation of our district now, it's pathetic, because the decision of the people, they voted overwhelmingly for Bishop Doyen, and then at the end of the day, we start to hear a lot of misfeeling coming from the NEC, because when people vote for someone, they vote for 6 good years for their decisions. They vote for the future, they vote for their family, they vote for their country. So their vote should not be tampered with. Now, if you look at District Number 2, the entire district is mooning because it's not the result that they were expecting. But however, we expect we know that NEC has the credibility. We know that NEC is accountable. We know that NEC will provide the factual result for our district. Because we our people, the situation they are in right now, every community in district number 2 is mourning and is looking up to the NEC. How can you claim, Marka? You say you won, you're claiming victory, right? But
I don't think the candidate is claiming victory. They were announced by the National Elections Commission.
Yeah, while we also looking at the candidate to claim victory is if the election commission announce you and another candidate in the process says, no, I feel cheated. For you, you wait election commission do a work, right?
Yes.
But Sekou Corner is paying 5 lawyers sponsored by United Party to hot recount that will be peaceful. So we even surprised why United Party will want to stop the peaceful movements of activities, and you want to call.
How do you know? How do you know it is United Party that is
representing Sekou Corner in the process, helping election commission to do her work in defense of our statement? We expect them to be neutral, wait for your vote that you want, or all of the candidates support a recount like the way the citizens in the district supporting it, and many of the candidates also participated in the process are also supporting the recount because everybody want to know their true vote. It's awesome tally sheet. Their numbers are being crossed. Their numbers are being overwriting. Meaning it's like a 3, you cross 1 over A and you share the 1 better, but the 3 on the force, some of us are hitting upside and you can see. So these are some things we saw on the ballots tally sheet. So we're not convinced again that in district number 2, those who did the election work there behave fair. So send the ballots are in the ballot box. Let's visit the ballots. Election commission has safeguard the ballots. So let's visit the ballots, and then we know the true winner is being done.
And Marka, if you are
so let's look at the number you are contesting. What's the number announced by the National Elections Commission? What do you have in your possession?
We have two types of numbers. The first number, Bishop Doyen, from the tally sheet record in the entire district number 2 during the voting time, the original tally sheet gave Bishop Doyen edge to win by 9,444 votes, while Sekou was around 9,127 votes, making Bishop Doyen with the head of over Sekou 317 votes ahead. So now when the election commission went in their tally room and brought a new record that they don't have tally sheet for, that is also causing confusion for we they don't want to go for recount, brought Sekou to 9,960 plus, while it brought Bishop Doyen to 9,400 and lesser than the 444 votes. Many Bishop Doyen current votes have reduced by their announcement, but on the regular tally sheet from the voting day, Bishop Doyen is above the number they gave him now. So when we go find out from some information, we start seeing where Bishop Doyen has a 302 votes, they will cross the 3 mixing out of 1, and then automatically 200 votes will be lost for him. Where again, Bishop Doyen has some numbers like 107, they will just double the 1 and the 0 to just be 07. Then where Sekou will also have 08, they will just put a tail to the 0 to make it 9. So it becomes 98. And those crossing went over in 6 different polling centers that we observed. And again, the father tally sheet can be temporary, and election commission refused to bring the original tally sheet, neither allow the process to go for recount. It alarming that the citizens believing that there's a foul play, and Sekou keep pumping money while the United Party supporting the process that the Labrepo should now go for recount. And I don't know whether they're using a recipe for confusion in the election. So it's one of the things that baffling us, for which we the concerned citizens, our Madam Gay becomes so serious about district number 2, because we have property, we have business people, and we have our children going to school that we got to protect their interests. Because any violence that we run, it should run anywhere, but it should not be in our district. And I can't say that such a violence should creep for a man to say you purport as a winner and you don't want to go for the recount. Why is the big thing about recount? Is
Is it his will to say I'm not going for recount? If the election commission calls for recount, I don't think he will resist. Has the commission called for recount and he resists that?
The commissioner should call for recount when all of the party conceded. But Seku brought 5 lawyers who are arguing to that they don't want to go for recount. And Bishop Dwyer is pushing for recount. And from there now the commissioner start playing lackadaisical process to slow go the process is what some of us have fear with, because they will say the magistrate man down and the magistrate can't have time, and when new magistrate come, the case will go long way because you will start.
So as per my little man understanding, if you have a dispute, you take it to the magistrate. If you are not satisfied, or the magistrate transfer that case to the hearing office. When the hearing office officer rules and you have issue, you can take an appeal to the board. If the board also ruled and you are not satisfied, you can go to the Supreme Court. That's the process that I know. So are you prepared for this process? And what is holding the process?
Okay, we are prepared for it, but I want to clarify something, Marka. This case has reached before the board, and the board send this case down to the hearing officer. The hearing officer who is in question, whose mother is dead. So you see, this entire thing is there delaying.
So maybe there was a misstep from maybe from the level of the hearing officer. So the board wanted the hearing officer to address that, just in case of any maybe dissatisfaction, then you can take an appropriate appeal.
Okay, what we are saying as a resident of district number 2, a concerned resident, we are saying district number 2 should go for a recount. In order to solve this problem, there should be a recount. Now, how can a man, it's this thing is just clear, it's glaring, it's transparent that the election was won by Bishop Doan. Because how can Sekou Kana win 3 centers in our district? Right? He won 3 good precincts in the district. And Bishop Doan won 9 precincts in the district. Looking at the total of 19 precincts in district number 2, 128 polling places. So if you win 3 and Bishop Doan win 9.5 polling precinct, why would you tell the people masquerading around the district, telling people that you are being elected, the people vote you? No, that is a provocation, and that alone has the propensity to undermine the peace and stability of our country and district. So we as concerned citizens of district number 2, we came here to inform our people, the good people of district number 2, that they should be kind, and we know that next we follow the referral procedures, because it is the will of the people. The will of the people should not be tempered with. It is not something that you temper with. No, that's the decision of the people. Now, the people voted for Bishop Doan. Bishop Doan won the election. Sekou Kana, I think you just go and leave it for the sake of peace. The people not want you, but not for you to to be passing around saying that you win election, going in the district, telling people thank you. And then we got a commissioner in the district who's supposed to be preaching peace message, and welcoming you, carrying around the district. That's a provocation. So we are appealing to our people to remain calm, and we are appealing to the National Election Commission that this process should not be delayed, and this process should not be tempered with.
What are the lawyers of Bishop Doan telling him?
When we visited the hearing day on Monday, the lawyers said that the election commission left with a witness to also testify backing how they got the new result after the voting day. Again, too, they also from Bishop Doan's side has rebuttals lawyers too, who's supposed to also rebut to the statements.
You mean rebuttal witness?
Rebuttal witness. I'm sorry. Rebuttal witness to also rebut to the witness of the election commissions, who also witnessed the new result after voting. And for some of us, when we look at that, everything's were on the right trajectory. It left with election commission to just forget their slow going process and just come on board and say, okay, we're ready to preside over the case. Because, and again, too, if Sekou win, let a team leave the process of argument that we don't want to go for recount. Seku team should just remain as winner because they know their vote are in the ballot box. So the election commission too should also do the citizen and the country due diligence. Go visit one vote that you show that party S won, that in the ballot box and everybody see it physically. And then when the man won on a clear note, you see every one of us will respect him. But if we see the voting day result on a tally sheet that is original for election commission say Bishop win, and we see the working room tally center result that saying Seku win, and we see that tally sheets are being crossed with numbers, figures are being changed, and you don't want to go for recount, then you are telling us that what the citizens are saying that you are cheating the process, and Unity Party want to cause confusions in the process, the private election commission, then we start buying that idea. So you rough for now.
They have any proof about bribery?
No, we don't care about who brave who not brave who. But the fact that United Party sent 5 lawyers to argue that district number 2 should not go for recount when there's a dispute over the voting numbers is also telling us that a delay in the peace process that we're having in the election. So again, election commission should not pull up any delay title. It's very simple. Yes, we agree that this vote has changed as per your argument. We can say the truth, but since the votes are in the ballot box, let us visit the vote and we go for recount. There were many places that people they recount in the country.
Yes, in fact, what he's saying concerning about the Unity Party, right? Because the Unity Party talk about rescue, and that's the rescue they are bringing to our country. Because looking at such a situation that is cleared, and you put up 5 lawyers that you resisting the recount, and that's the situation. No. So we as people of district number 2, we want recount. That's what we are saying. We want recount, and whatever you are, Bishop Nimnanje doing, I think you can just place your call to speak to your people wherever you are.
Yeah, okay, Marka, I think my brother trying to get in a point. What we also want for Bishop 2 to be called.
Yes,
let Bishop call too so that he can give a uno side. Because for us,
I was trying to place a call to him. I was trying to place a call to him because you are you say you are concerned citizens from the district. I think we want to hear from himself what the situation is actually like. Yes, so let me see if I can get into, but if he's following, he can call on my number. Yes, then I will take him on to hear from him. So as the issue is dragging, you claim it is dragging, it's been dragged by the Electoral Commission on grounds that I think the hearing officer lost his mother. So these are some of the delays that are ongoing. So what are your suspicions? What do you think is happening?
Okay, we're suspecting that there are delays in the process, and we're suspecting that this delay should not cause irregularities in the process. Because we trust that we believe that is so responsible to conduct the process
in a peaceful and a transparent manner. So this delay should not temper around the decision of our people. District number 2 residents, wherever you are, we want to say, please be kind. The decision you make, God in heaven knows your decision. And district number 2 must go for a recount, because if the people are not satisfied with the kind of result and the entire district is mooning, then there should be a conflict of interest. So we are saying to our National Election Commission that we need a recount in our district. In order to move forward, there should be a recount in district number 2. Yeah, because it's so sad to see our people vote and then their vote be tampered with.
Okay, you see what we're suspecting and why we have feared of is there is a re-voting process that will take place in the runoff election for the 2 presidential candidates. And the ES of the Election Commission for District number 2 start to put sentiment in the working process. She's a Liberians, other peoples are Liberian, and everybody are right to associate with other people. Like one Daniel was denied his salary or his compensation for the day that he worked on ground that they saw him associating with Bishop Dwayne before. Yeah. So let's look at that. Bishop Dwayne participated in the election as a candidate. Daniel might have previous connection with Bishop Dwayne, but he qualified by the election voting committing that is qualified to do a piece of work for election day. So if the man do a work, what's stopping him getting his just earning? So if you want to tell us now, if anyone is associated with Bishop Dwyer in this country because Seku and you in Okuhu, then they should not get their right from the election commission. These are sentiments that are trying to creep in the process that are also provoking the citizens to anger. And many citizens in district number 2 are saying they don't want to even go for the presidential vote because they don't trust the election commissioner, supervisors, or the working teams in district number in the process, and they are now waiting to give the district a free information that is fairly to be given to the public. So how trust will they give them again to go for repo? That's why you see with the concern now, we are so confused, and even we are pushed to the wall that we must come to True FM to say this thing to the public. And
okay,
understand?
yes, okay, let me see. I think I have Bishop Doyle on the line. Yes, let me see if I can. Bishop, good morning. Yes, you are live on the Truth Breakfast show this morning. We have a team under the banner concerned residents of District 2. They are actually talking about the issue with the election results. They claim that you won the votes, but the results announced by the National Elections Commission is saying that your opponent won. So what is the issue? What are your lawyers telling you?
No, what I know, not my lawyers, but on the tally sheets, count, I won the election. But NEC announced someone else. So when I was informed about some irregularities, I wrote to NEC, and they began an investigation that is dragging and dragging and dragging. And this is a simple request. Let's recount the ballots and also see the tally sheets that you have, whether there are no alterations on them. This is my appeal to the people of District number 2. You did your best. You voted for the candidate you wanted, and I won the election. You are calling for a recount. I have gone to NEC, and an investigation is on. I want to appeal to you to continue to exercise your patience and let us go through the process. At the end, I will be announced the winner.
Why are you sounding so confident?
Because we counted the numbers that we added, the numbers that were on the tally sheets, and numbers don't change. Someone will tamper with the number, but they don't change. So I won the election, and I don't know why NEC does not want to announce me the winner.
Yes, so as it stands, what next steps are you considering? Of course, the issue is at NEC, and you are talking about delay. What are your lawyers doing to fast track the matter?
Well, they say we should come back next week, Friday, the 17th of November.
That will be after the runoff election.
After the runoff election. So we'll go back. But I want to appeal to my supporters. The provocation from the Unity Party should not lead you to do something. If Unity Party wants to lead this country and they are denying you your request just to count ballots, that something went wrong here. A Unity Party sent 5 lawyers to say no, to disturb the whole place. I don't know what kind of leadership they will give this country. And this is what I'm calling all of you, my supporters. Vote for President George Weah. Vote for his re-election. We don't want trouble in this country. It seems trouble is coming. You see something that is wrong and you support it. What is wrong with recounting? Just to take the ballots from the place and count them. You send 5 lawyers, a party that wants state power, to deny people their right because something went wrong. So I'm appealing to all my supporters. Vote for the re-election of President George Weah. We don't want trouble in this country.
Okay, so I think we've heard from you. You are waiting for the 17th to appear at the National Elections Commission for continuation of your hearing.
Yes, I'm waiting. And if we go, they say something else, I think the lawyers know what to do. If I had not won, by this time we have counted the ballots. But because I won and they know that I won and they don't want to announce me, that's why all this delay is coming.
So are you determined to reach at the level of the Supreme Court just in case the ruling coming from the Electoral Commission does not satisfy you?
With the grace of God, I believe we'll reach there.
Okay, Bishop, thank you. Thank you for picking my call.
You are welcome.
Okay, is Bishop Doyen, the independent candidate in District Number 2, Montserrat County. You listen to the Bishop.
Yeah, we listen to Bishop's correct, and the process too is two-way. Bishops might be the candidate who won the election from the voting day, but the citizen too who voted has interest in the leadership also. So even when Bishop don't go to Supreme Court, the citizen of District Number 2 who votes have been temporary will also go to Supreme Court. And the good thing I love about the law, anyone who concerns matter can take case to court. So if the election commission will play lackadaisical, and I don't even see it to be responsible though, because an institution will tell you, say, we have this information, but we can't provide at the time. And when people come, they get split up assignments of days of hearing. These are, I saw them sometimes, they will just take a phone after they give a hearing day, and they will take a phone again and say, the hearing day, we already issued the people information, how will it be? And somebody will just talk from the phone and say, okay, they changed. I have to say they are boss cutting the institution. And we expect the institution to want us to work as a mature institution, but then to be doing things like a boss cut. So these things come into the hearing center where you assign people and you invited the two parties. When they come, then the hearing officer will not be there, and somebody will just come from the blind side and say, okay, we learn from the hearing officer that he's not coming. So we want to get way forward. So Election Commission telling us that in District Number 2 case, that they are not trained to handle matter, and they will behave like people who learning how to do their work.
Besides that, in District Number 2, I think the citizen in District Number 2 now, if NEC is sending electoral supervisor in District Number 2, it should not be Getchu Kamara, because Getchu Kamara, we notice her that she's supporting the Unity Party. You can be an electoral supervisor and then you preaching divisive politics and you trying to honor certain people in the district. So we as residents of District Number 2, the people are saying that Getchu Kamara should not come in District Number 2 or should not be assigned there as an electoral supervisor this coming presidential election.
Why?
Because that woman is a Unity partisan.
Apart from that, let me hold you there. Apart from that, can you make a public statement that Daniel, who she saw associating with Bishop Dwayne, will not get his pay? That's one. She put sentiment in the process. The next one again, that her office will not get result and somebody challenge it, then she see you as a responsible person.
Okay.
So if you will not respect the candidates in the process and you will not do your neutral work to be signed with Party S, then we know that she might take back and we don't want for anyone to take bribe because of their personal aggrandizement, then the country go to chaos. Because we know if she's a property owner, she will not decide to be taking bribe and make elections issues to be the big issues to cause confusion.
Even though you cannot
mature people, we don't want immature people who will just utter some statements and lies before they start regretting. After we have the top show the other day on Measure Daniel Ni, we heard that this when they call Daniel.
Yeah,
so election commission want to tell us that our Madam J should be telling them before they know their work. Then I want to give them templates of work so that they can know how to do their work this time when it comes to district number 2 if they don't know what to do. And the hearing we're talking about, why will one officer have problem and election commission will tell us that the country should wait with a hearing because the officer who man died.
But the problem is that under the hearing of is that under that individual is in the entire neck? No, it's not him. But then they are quoting that he who hear it is he who must preserve. That's the law we do agree. But now look at the case of the hearing officer. Look at the case of the hearing officer. You know, this thing is clear. Let the NEC come and announce Bishop Doyen as the winner. Because even the entire Jekwata has about 10% in Jekwata. They place the 10%. Out of the 10%, other candidates won. And Bishop Doyen won 9% in the entire district. Why was Sekou Canada win 3% in that Jekwata Bell? And you got Musa Shebi who win 3% again, the same Jekwata Bell. You got Koklo Buffer who win about 2% in the Jekwata Bell. You got Jimmy Smith who win 1%. Then you got Bishop Doyen out of the 19 who won 9% with more votes. So percent Bishop Doyen won with the amount of vote 1,738 votes. All of the vote in thousands. They are glaring. You can see them.
What are you going to neck with Bishop Doyen and the lawyers on the 17th?
Yes.
Yeah,
we always there.
And brother, let me tell you,
we always there, brother.
We will preserve the peace in our nation, and we are waiting whatsoever the amount it costs us. We will do that because we want the business people in district number 2 to be protected. Because we know any violence that will erupt, the first people who will lose will be the business people.
Of
the
course.
next people who will be the victim will be the young people and their future. So this time around,
why you keep mentioning violence? Are you planning protest?
We are hearing people planning protest because of their vote being tampered with. We are seeing other people have been agreed from corner to corner, and we are talking about 9 groups. The other day before we can come here, it was 7 we talk with, but now the number has reached to 9 different groupings. And district number 2 have 52 communities and 30 communities already grouping themselves for protest and even to boycott the presidential election. If the election commission don't be responsible to handle district number 2 case. So now we the concern, we don't want for our children's school to be erupted, for normal business activity to be erupted, because we do know that we are importing property and there are importing people who need to be peaceful and exist in district number 2. Sekou Kone, if he wins the election, he should leave the recount argument. Let him go for the recount. Why will the party should leave the process or arguing district level when you want to take a national level? And we should all support peace now. So I'm surprised why United Party will send about 5 lawyers to jail hold district number 2 recount. And when they're taking it at it's the same time, the citizens in the community also arguing that when they try it, then they will also boycott the presidential rerun. And these are things we don't want. And it's very easy. You carry your ballot box to the place there. How many police will carry them when the citizens who's all of voting? We are not voting and we don't want to see you. That's one of the things that we are even saying Keju Kamara Shunaka. Because the cheating that she carry on in the target center, other people who also have the fact, they also saying that they don't want to see you around the election process in their district.
Okay.
Be peaceful. Let them give them the peaceful atmosphere for us to coexist so that we can move on and get our new president. For me, anyone become president, you are right to become president because the Liberal people, when they choose you, then they choose you right.
Okay, that's great. So we don't have time again. Like normally, when we're talking election matters, we don't really open the line to the public because we don't want negative reactions that could, spark up issues. So we'll just give you 30 seconds each to close up.
Okay, so to conclude, I would like to say to the good people of district number 2, please remain kind, be peaceful, have the hope that Bishop Doyen win this election. this coming 17th, which will be on Friday, we'll be going there again to listening to what the hearing officer will tell us and why everything the hearing officer tell us, we will come on the radio to inform our people. So please do not feel deterred. Don't feel provoked about what people are saying in the district. Bishop Doyen won the election in the district based upon the 36 results that we got from the 128 polling places in district number 2. So we want to say to our people, remain calm, please. Remain calm to the process. Thank you. I'm Godwin G. Kaffa.
Okay, so as a concerned head of district number 2, Madam gave present speaking, I will have interest for the election commission to follow the due process in the republic. If you have a case and you assign hearing officer, the hearing officer hear the case, he should be able to give a ruling. If your ruling comes and say, okay, we see the matter, it's a fact that there is a vote that being temporary, but we don't want to recount, let the case go to Supreme Court, is another ruling. Or if you say, okay, we don't believe in our own tally sheet that was issued to our record during the voting day that other candidates had they achieved from the voting process, we don't trust it, and what we did in our record room is what we want because we have interest in Seku, is fine. And one thing that we're observing is most of the election workers got to that election commission during the Unity Party regime. So they want to protect the interests of Unity Party. Is why the Unity Party 5 lawyers also accurate in that counterclaim position. So we, the citizens in district number 2, don't want for our district to be used for violent tranker. So in that direction, we're calling the election commission to come down with whatsoever ruling. If it's not in the favor of party S, party who feel not fine can go to the Supreme Court and let the case be in the confines of the civil activities so that it can Europe peace, and we don't want any violence. All the citizens in district number 2, please remain calm. Your vote will go for open recount and everybody will know the fact. No need for violence. Violence will not help us and we don't expect for violence. So in that direction, Madam Mange has spoken from district number 2, and thank you.
Okay, thank you, Madam Gay there and Gordon Kaffa. They are from the concerned citizens of District Number 2, Monserrate County. They have been here, our last segment guest on the TBS on Truth 96.1 FM. This is how we love to leave you on this presentation of the show today. Tomorrow we'll be here again for the last presentation for the week for Marka Davis and O'Neill Roberts. Do have yourself a wonderful time. Atabola has been behind the cameras. Thanks for following. We hope to be here tomorrow again. Bye-bye.